All right, Dragon Ball Super fans, episode 116 is in the books, and if you haven't watched it already, just please be aware this video will contain spoilers if you haven't already watched episode 116. If you haven't watched it, you must be living under a rock because it's the episode everybody's been waiting for. Kefla is out. Kale and Kefla were eliminated by Ultra Instinct Goku in the last episode of Dragon Ball Super. Now, I'm not really here to talk about the fact, oh my gosh, she finally got eliminated, I hated them. I'm not really here to talk about that. One thing I will say is I've watched the episode at least 8 times already. Literally 8 times already, just because it wasn't as beautiful in terms of animation as episode 114, but it was still pretty darn good. There were a lot of scenes I did enjoy, such as the power-up sequences. It looked really great. The fight scenes were awesome. Yes, there was some reused animation, but I feel like any reused animation during that fight was used well. So I feel like that was a positive of the episode. But honestly, the episode itself truly did feel like a Dragon Ball Z episode. When I kind of went back to time it, beginning at the start of the episode, not the recap of last week's, not the opening theme song or even a little cut scene displaying some of episode 116. What I'm talking about is the fact that if you really look at the time from start to finish, it took about from the first second of the show to about 8 minutes and 30 seconds for the first attack to be launched. That was Kefla, charging up that red blast where she pretty much threw herself at Goku, who dodged it, and then the blast just went into the void. 8 minutes and 30 seconds. The first few minutes were nothing but powering up, people reacting to it, and then after almost 9 minutes, that's when the fight finally started. So that's why I say this episode truly felt like a Dragon Ball Z episode. Now, one thing I did like about the episode was the fact that it wasn't just people screaming the whole time. It was getting the dialogue from other characters who, well, again, were just amazed by the power output. Now, this isn't me complaining. I'm just kind of scratching my head over the fact that I really do. People have talked about this and, made the memes and the post on Facebook and whatnot, but Kefla, in my opinion, and again, I'm pretty sure you all feel this, well, most of you all feel the same way. I feel like Kefla was way more powerful than she should have been, because based off the dial, and again, it's pretty much how you interpret the characters, because I'm going to be using dialogue from Piccolo and Whis, as well as other characters. But for starters, okay, so we know that Kefla can go Super Saiyan, and of course she goes Super Saiyan and it has the green tint to it. So since she's the fusion of Kefla, who's her max power transformation was Super Saiyan 2, and then Kale, who had Super Saiyan Berserk, and then after Kefla pretty much gave her a pep talk, and I quote, she mastered and controlled the Berserker form into like this controlled Berserk transformation, or a controlled Super Saiyan Berserk, and apparently her power level in that stage was far more powerful than her in the Berserk stage. So basically Kale is far more powerful than Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, which we saw in the fight in episode 114, where after a punch to the gut and then one ki blast, Kefla was out by Super Saiyan God Goku. Kale was holding her own, but obviously she too was on the receiving end of Goku's attacks, but she was putting up the better fight. Now, when Kefla, excuse me if I get the names mixed up, it's really kind of confusing here. When Kefla transformed into a Super Saiyan, she does have a green tint, so we don't know for sure if that was just a regular Super Saiyan transformation, or if she has, I guess you could say, some of the traits of a Berserk Super Saiyan. So for simplicity's sake, because we haven't really gotten anything from the official guidebooks or from the anime itself, we'll just say that she goes Super Saiyan 1 and 2, and then as the episode goes on in 116, she reaches deeper and deeper into her what does she keep calling it, the bubbling feeling inside, and even Goku said that it feels like there's no limit to her power. So basically she goes into like a strengthened Super Saiyan 2 state, similar to Future Trunks in the future Goku Black or Zamasu or Future Trunks arc, where he's a Super Saiyan 2, but he can power up even further. And I believe some sources call it like strengthened Super Saiyan 2. So what has me confused is the fact, okay, number one, Whis points out that the reason Goku accessed Ultra Instinct again is because Super Saiyan Kefla's power rivals that of the Universe 7 Spirit Bomb that Goku used on Jiren, basically the black hole that Goku got sucked into and that awakened his Ultra Instinct state. Super Saiyan Kefla's power rivals that. Now, take Roshi's word for what you will, but if I'm not mistaken, in episode 110 or 110 or 1, basically the 1 hour special where Goku fought Jiren, Roshi said that, darn, if Goku was able to hit Jiren with that Spirit Bomb, he would have won. So Super Saiyan Kefla has the power to rival that Spirit Bomb, which in a way, okay, kind of makes sense, I guess, because that was enough to push Goku to Ultra Instinct again. But even so, wow. Okay, so then we move forward into the fight where Goku powers up in Ultra Instinct and Kefla jumps on a little plateau and goes Super Saiyan 2. And I remember the first time I watched the episode without subtitles last night, based off Kaba's dialogue, it almost sounded like he said Super Saiyan 3. When I first heard that, I'm like, wait, what? So I went back and kept rewinding the scene because I was looking to see if Kefla had any eyebrows, because I'm like, if she's Super Saiyan 3, her hair should be longer, but she still had like little eyebrows, so it was Super Saiyan 2. And Piccolo goes on to say, as Goku and Kefla are both powering up, because the more energy Goku puts out, the more Kefla powers up, and then vice versa. The more Kefla powers up, the more Goku does. Piccolo made it, and if I'm not mistaken, Piccolo even said that, if I'm not mistaken, it feels like Kefla's power when she's powering up in the Super Saiyan 2 stage, it might even surpass Goku's initial transformation to Ultra Instinct. Basically, what Piccolo is saying, Super Saiyan 2 Kefla's power is possibly greater than Goku was when he first used Ultra Instinct on Jiren. That's insane. Then we move forward to, towards the end of the battle where Vado's called out, I believe, like the last resort attack, where and again, when I first saw it, I legit thought that Kefla was going to go Super Saiyan 3 because she had the I guess you could say the hunched over position, if you want to call it I don't even call it the tingling feeling in the back. This is legit how Goku and Gotenks positioned or postured themselves when they went Super Saiyan 3. So when she was powering up, I was just waiting for her hair to get longer, but that wasn't the case. She was literally digging deep. Her aura just went crazy, like a crimson color, and that's where she started using the lightning bolts and energy blasts blowing up the arena. Basically, I believe even Kaba said that her power is just growing exponentially. It's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I was just like, are you kidding me right now? That was insane. Then when she was blasting Goku, she was able to like graze him twice. I believe like once on his hand, then once cut off a bit of his hair. And this was Ultra Instinct, guys. So even Goku was like, holy crap. And then Roshi went for, again, take Roshi's word for what you will. Roshi said that if Goku got hit by one of those attacks, he'd be a goner. So here's the scary part about this. Now, with that being said, you had base Kefla, who was making sport of a Super Saiyan God Goku. Mind you, he was quote unquote weakened, not at full power. Then you had Super Saiyan Kefla, who was able to give Super Saiyan Blue Goku a run for his money, enough for him to utilize Kaioken. I'm not sure of what level he used, but she got rocked by one punch, then came up, kicked him, and knocked him out until he went Ultra Instinct. Super Saiyan Kefla was said to be on par, if not rivaling, the power of the Universe 7 Spirit Bomb. Super Saiyan 2 Kefla's initial transformation, before she, got this anger level, I guess you could say, this power boost from just being frustrated and angry. Before even that, Piccolo said that her power possibly surpasses Goku's when he first went Ultra Instinct. Wow. And I believe some characters said that if those two faced off right now and just hit each other, the sheer force would destroy the entire arena. Then we have this powered up Kefla, who is giving Ultra Instinct a run for his money, and that her power is so great that if one of her attacks hits Goku, he's knocked out. So the reason I'm bringing this up is the fact that if Kefla did go Super Saiyan 3, it would be insane. Now, based off the Super Saiyan multipliers, Super Saiyan 3 is 4 times greater than Super Saiyan 2. Now, I guess you could say this strengthened Super Saiyan 2 Kefla was arguably powerful enough to take out Ultra Instinct Goku in one hit if one of her attacks managed to make contact. The question is, if she went Super Saiyan 3 and was 4 times more powerful, could she possibly defeat Jiren? And the greater question is, if you want to just throw power scaling out the window, which honestly I feel like that's a ship that's already left the dock here. I dare say that if she went Super Saiyan 3, 4 times multiply would be the minimum, given the fact that, part of her is Kale with the whole berserk transformation and whatnot. And then the whole Kefla having like this bottomless potential and whatnot. It would not surprise me if 4 times as strong, in Super Saiyan 3 is just an understatement. Like, she'll probably just reach higher and higher heights, which again, I thought that would have been one reason why they would have diffused. Like, they would have fused, had this incredible body capable of things that neither two individuals can do alone, and then hit Super Saiyan 3 right when they're beating Goku, but then diffused due to Super Saiyan 3 being such a strain on the body, and then Goku would knock them out. That wasn't the case though. So I believe even after she finished her 8 minutes 30 seconds to the episode where she finished charging her attack, she even stated that I feel like I can blow up an entire universe in one shot. So that just tells you right there that Kefla was, in my opinion, way more overpowered than she should be, given the fact that neither one of her fusees, Kale or Kefla, were enough to take down Super Saiyan God Goku, let alone Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken, and then Ultra Instinct. So I get the fact that they have this crazy amount of potential, but it's just kind of ridiculous that they're on par with this godly, not even a transformation, but a state of being. So with that being said, I just wanted to raise the question to you all that, do you think that Kefla was just way too OP? The reason I don't like the fact that she was way so this powerful is the fact that after the Goku versus Jiren fight and after the Goku versus Kefla fight, where can you really go from here except from the inevitable rematch between Goku and Jiren? Because every fight from this point on will seem underwhelming, but it will be good to see the other characters in action. So with that being said, I just want to get my thoughts out there. I know people like Seth the Programmer who are like really good at power scaling. They typically do videos like this, but this is just like a starter up channel for me. I'm just trying to get my feet wet, and I just wanted to get the thoughts out there. What did you think of episode 116? I'm not going to lie, I feel like the reason I watched it so many times was not only because of the great fighting itself, but the fact that we were actually, it felt like I was playing a video game, so to speak, and people were like talking me through the game. I did like the fact that we were getting comments to make the power scaling a little bit easier. Yes, it doesn't make sense, but the fact that the characters kind of took the time to explain, wait, her power's getting incredible, it's just amazing how it's matching Goku, and I'm like, wait, really? But I am glad that it was kind of verbally stated. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already, because I have way more Dragon Ball content in the future.